Step 1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations.
L'avrete purtroppo letto e saputo, se n'è andata poco.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Hi everybody. Oh god, I sound like a teacher. Today's Tuesday. Yesterday, all the footage, all the little montage footage you saw earlier in this vlog was from Monday. This is my first time doing a vlog like this. I've done some in past, on my channel there's some attempts at a vlog. This is my first vlog that I'm attempting to do semi-properly, and it's still not going to be a proper one because, well, you're gonna see. This is the chit chat segment of this because I wanted to have a sit down with you guys and talk to you guys about everything that's been going on and how I've been feeling, and I really wanted to do that when I feel and look more presentable tomorrow after my hair appointment. But I said, you know what, I've got tea, so I'm gonna spill it regardless of how I look. Now, I'm hoping that this is the last time I'll ever look this disheveled. Like, I cannot be preaching about looking and feeling good and put together when this is the outcome. Let's just ignore that because, like I said, I have some tea. I have some updates, and I really want to get it out there because I have a meeting at 2:30 and it is 10 to 2. So I'm eating breakfast. I had my cup of tea and I have my pastries. So I thought this is the perfect time. It's the perfect time to give you some tea. So what's been going on with your girl? Tomorrow I have a hair appointment and I'm really excited. I've been really looking forward to it. In fact, any and everything to do with skincare, self-care, self-maintenance, I've been really looking forward to. Like, it couldn't come quick enough. Basically, it's the 30th of January and it has been a long time since I have felt or I have actually done anything to pour back into myself, self-care, that type of thing, because for the last 4 months since October I have been looking for an apartment. And when I decided in October that this was what I was going to do, if you guys don't know, I live in this apartment with my boyfriend, but it's his apartment. He owns it. He bought it, so it's his. We've been living together fine, 2 years. We're good. Everything's good. But I was like, I know what is wrong. I know what my issue is, and my issue is that I need my own space. So in October, I decided that, and from October, I've been looking for an apartment. And if you guys go on my channel, you'll be able to see that I did like a come find an apartment with me video. That video, I think I talked about 4 apartments, but I actually saw 3. Since then, the search has been continuing and I just haven't been talking about it. However, I have been filming each and every single apartment that I've gone to view for my own sake, but also because I thought I was going to do a video where I put them all together and talk through them and talk through all the like issues, like pros and cons of all of them and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know how they go. And I was going to do that and post that recently. I kind of just thought against it, mainly because I was like, who cares? Like, based off how the other one did, I was like, I'm not really sure that anybody cares, anybody wants to watch this. And secondly, I just feel like vlogs or videos around that kind of stuff, if you don't live in New York, if you don't live in Paris, and if you don't live in London, literally nobody cares. And maybe if you live in a big like state, like in America, maybe people will be interested in that kind of video. But I live in England. I live in a town, and it's not London, and it's not a big town. It was whatever. Literally nobody cares. East Midlands, who cares, you know? So I was like, I don't think anybody cares about this. I might be wrong. But anyway, I took videos of all of that kind of stuff, also just for my own documentation, so I can watch them back after if I want to make a decision on any of them. And trust me, some of them, there was one or two I was like, maybe this might be the one. But I think I might have gone to see like 10, maybe, I don't know if it's up to 10 since the original video I posted where I talked about the initial 4. Since that time, I found one. I found an apartment. That is the main tea. That is the big tea we're here for today. Let's all take a sip. Oh, it's hot. That is the main tea. Your girl has an apartment now. Well, almost, kind of. I've not moved in yet. The other tea is that this said apartment, no, I'm not going to give it to you that easy. Because that would be too nice. That would just be like adding sugar to your tea too quickly. I'm going to give you the rundown of the process of how everything happened. When I first started looking, when I very first started, you know, made the decision that I was going to move out, I said to myself, I'm aiming for end of January, beginning of February 2024. So this year that we've just entered, that's when I think I want to move out. And I also told my boyfriend that. So that was what I was working towards. When I first started looking online at the different apartments available, there was one nearby that I was like, oh my gosh, it makes sense. It's nearby. Like, do you know what I mean? The price was really good. And out of all of the ones I've ever looked at online or been to see in real life, that apartment is still, or the building, that apartment is still the cheapest one. But my issue with it, and the reason why I never went to see it, is because I was like, it's too small. So that one went. But I was like, oh, it's a really good price. Like, it makes sense, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I even mentioned in my video when I went to do the first apartment hunt that was my price range. I don't know why I kind of forgot about that. I don't know why I forgot about that price range when I went to see so many of the other ones. But since then, I've gone to see ones more expensive and bigger. And in fact, another apartment in that same building as the first one with this really good price came up. And when I saw that one, I was like, huh. Now, after seeing the first one online that went in the building, the next one I saw, or like I remember seeing, I saw more. But the one that I remember seeing, I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is the one. That one was really interesting because it was a 2-bed apartment, and it was in a neighboring town. I don't know if in that, I can't remember if I showed you guys in that video. I can't remember, honestly, I can't remember. But I was really excited about it. I stared at the pictures for days. I downloaded the pictures and stared at them for days because I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. Initially, I was like worried about it because I was like, I'd not considered living in a different town. I kind of have grown up here for a good number of years now, so I wasn't really considering moving out of my town. But I was like, it's nearby. I'm familiar with this other town. Maybe it'll be good for me. So I started getting excited about moving out and, you know, being a bit more independent and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a good reason for me to like get serious about driving. So went to see it and I was so excited. I think I even fully dressed up. I was like, yeah. It was a bit of a disappointment. I remember getting into the car and saying to my boyfriend, like, something was off. Like, I don't know, I was really excited for that, but something was off. Come to find out that the reason that it felt off was because the pictures they posted online is not the same as the picture of the apartment I went to visit. So what they'd done is they'd taken pictures of one apartment and they were like, oh, all the units are the same anyway, so it doesn't matter. What you see is what you get. That was not the case. That was not the case. And I felt a lot better after realizing that that was what was wrong, because I was like, how could I have been so excited for this and it falls so short of my expectations and everything I've been looking at, staring at, basically stalking the apartment. So I was upset, but then I was like, okay, what I was sold is not what I saw. Also, the apartment in the pictures looked a lot higher up, so I don't know how many floors are in the building, maybe like 5. So that apartment looked like it was at least on the 3rd or 4th floor, and you could see the whole town, right? But when I went, there was no view, because the apartment that I was seeing was back facing, and I think the apartment building is like in a rectangle, and in the middle is just like grass, bush. There's nothing there. There's nothing to see. So minimal sunlight, blah blah blah. All wrong. Just no, unhappy. So I left it. I was upset. I left it. Saw some others. Eventually, I saw another building in that apartment came up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this must be the right one. This makes sense. I got excited for that one as well. I was a bit more like, a bit more calmer, but because I had the same guy showing me this second apartment, and we'd like chatted the first time. He was asking me questions like about my camera, because I have a DJI camera. So like we had chatted, so I saw him, so I kind of knew him already. So I was like, you guys are running a scam. You're running a scam, and it's affecting the lives of it's affecting the lives of people. You need to fix it. So he was like, are you sure? Blah blah blah. I pulled out the receipts. I pulled out the video I took the first time. I pulled out the pictures online. The second apartment was also not the apartment in the pictures. So he was like, oh my gosh, we didn't know. We're not the ones that do the listings. Another company, blah 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 blah. I was like, yeah, okay, cool, fix it. But yeah, so that apartment was better. It was higher up. I think this was on the 3rd floor. So it was a bit better, and it was street facing, so there was actually sunlight coming in. But it wasn't the apartment. So after that, I kind of just gave up on that whole building. I was like, no, because I've had to drive, my boyfriend has had to drive me out here twice, and each time it's been a disappointment. And to be honest, the price it's not making sense. I also don't actually like that area, that specific area of that town. I just really like the apartment, and I really like the apartment building. Well, the one in the pictures. But it was giving, and I said, that's it. I washed my hands clean. It's not making sense. I'm not coming back here. Whatever. So, yeah. Then I kept looking, obviously. Now, remember the first apartment that I told you about? The very first one with a really good price that was nearby and whatever. So as I kept looking, after the disappointment of the one in the other town, I hope this is making sense, because I'm just like, I'm like, talking. So another one came up with a really good price, maybe a little bit more expensive than the very first one. And I saw it. And from that point on to the rest of my search, I think seeing that apartment come up again, that apartment went like in a day. Like I was like, it's too small, but it kind of reminded me of what I had said in the beginning was my ideal price range. And I think seeing that brought me back down to earth and basically helped begin recalibrating my brain towards being real, being real with myself, honest with myself about what I was going to be able to afford and all that kind of stuff. Because living in this apartment is my boyfriend's. I'm a princess. Like, I get taken care of. So up until this whole apartment hunt, I do my things in the apartment. Like I do what I need to do around the apartment. Like I contribute, but a lot of my money is ultimately my money, and I've just been kind of spending how I want to spend. But this whole like scenario with the 2 sets of apartments that are not the right apartments and blah 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 helped me realize that like we can't do that no more. Like we gotta start being serious. We gotta start prioritizing. We gotta start being financially responsible. We gotta start reorganizing. We gotta start recalibrating our mind and mindset, because a 2-bed apartment that is out of your price range in a different town where you don't drive and you don't actually like the area does not make sense. It doesn't. So from that point on, I was just like, nah, this is the price range, that's it. That's when the real search began, I think. And I won't lie, like that whole searching, like October to December, frustrating, just frustrating. It kind of, looking back, it brought out a lot of my negative attributes, my negativity. It brought out my impatience. It brought out my, like, I could get in a really bad mood over some of these apartments that weren't, like, you know, things just not going my way. Like, it really brought out a side of me that I was like, nah, that's not cool. So in December, I went to see another apartment. Now this apartment, they basically the same thing. They listed it with certain pictures of an apartment that was or wasn't free at the time, but it was like a 5-minute walk from where I'm sat on my bum. So, and it was a Saturday, so I was just like, I'll just go. Didn't have any expectations other than the fact that it was a nice price. It was a price that I was like, okay. The listing also didn't have many pictures, so I needed to go and see for myself a bit more. When I got to the building, I was like, okay, I like this building. I like this street. I like this location. This isn't bad. And that's just for me standing outside. I was like, yeah, this is kind of cute. I went to view the apartment. The guy that was showing me the apartment is literally younger than me. He literally just graduated uni, and yeah, because I had no expectations, this apartment kind of threw me off, and it wasn't the right pictures I'd seen, remember, so it threw me off. And I walked into the first room, which was the kitchen. I audibly went, this is cute. That's what I said. I'm sure the guy was like, ma'am, like, I'm sure he was like, are you okay? Like, you're meant to be composed, you're meant to be mature, you're like 4 years older than me. And I was like, wow, this is adorable. I like this. So it's a 1-bed apartment. It's pretty small, but small in a way, like the size is one that I feel like I can manage compared to like all the other extravagances I was doing. So yeah, from room to room to room, I looked at all the rooms. In general, I liked it. It has like certain things that I was like, okay, it's not like, you know, there are more amazing apartments in the world, but for the price, for the location, everything, like, it's cute. I can handle this. Because I'd gone to so many before and I'd had so many disappointments, I'd even gone to a brand new one and I almost signed the dotted line for one. So I was like, I'm not going to say to you that I want this apartment. I'm going to go and think about it. Tell me why on the way home, I rang my boyfriend like, oh my God, I was just in an apartment. I think it's really cute. I really want to buy it. And he was like, okay. So I was so scared the apartment was going to go. I basically emailed the guy. I was like, yeah, I want this one. Since December, I basically found the apartment in December. And since then, it's just been the whole like process of securing it, making sure it's mine, like getting it, paying the money, getting documents, blah, blah, blah. I'll talk about that whole thing like in the next video, because the next video is meant to be a empty apartment tour. Ow. From actually getting the apartment up until now, I feel like it's a whole different stage in itself, because obviously I had like the motivation now to, you know, continue to be, what's the word? I was just very disciplined, that's the word. I had like a physical goal now. I knew what I wanted, so I could fully go for it. So this period has been a period of working on, honestly, my behavior and attitude towards money, things going my way or not going my way. Like, this has been a period of growth, a period of like honest self-reflection, and trying to remove, I don't know if cultivate's the right word, or okay, cultivate good attitude towards things, people in life. I think like this has really taught me patience, because my patience has been tested. It's taught me how to kind of get calm and deal and be rational and actually like be logical and mathematical in my calculations, because yeah, I've always been a big planner, but having something big to plan towards has put a lot of stuff into perspective for me, is basically what I'm saying. So yeah, that's the tea. Final, like third part of the tea. So as I said earlier, this was meant to be a empty apartment vlog, but the problem is when I was discussing move-in dates, I said to them, okay, when can I move in? So basically, Monday, when I went to get my brows done, was actually meant to be the day I moved in. Today is Wednesday. No, today's Tuesday. I was meant to move in yesterday, and I'd actually taken a day off work yesterday to accommodate for that. So in speaking to him, originally, I had said I wanted to move in last week Friday, so the Friday just gone. And I was like happy with that. I was like, it's payday, I'm going to be able to... And he said, oh, actually, we need you to pay the deposit and the rent a couple of days before. We need to process it before you can actually move in. So I said, cool, calm. How about I pay that on Friday, I move in on Monday, which was yesterday. And he said, thumbs up. So all of last week, he's been like emailing me, you know, he was like, this is the amount, like repeatedly, this is the amount. So I'm like, calm. As soon as Friday came, got up, paid it, did my due diligence, did everything I was supposed to. I was on my ish on Friday. Tell me why I pay. Send him a screenshot because he asked me to. Send him a screenshot saying like, you know, confirmation, I've paid. And he was like, oh, brilliant, great. Actually, unfortunately, we've had an issue with the payment processing system, whatever that we use. It's been down, and I'm gonna need to push your moving date backwards. I'm pushing everybody's. I gave myself like 4 hours before replying because I was like angry, because I was like, why have you been pestering me all week and doing all of this topsy-turvy? You waited for me to pay. You said brilliant, and then said actually no. So I said, after I calmed down, you know when you like changed your tone via email or via like text, because you need them to know, like maybe it's just in my head, maybe it's just mind games I'm playing and there's nobody on the receiving end, but I changed my tone and I was like, okay. I was like, when can I move in? Like, you tell me, because I suggested Friday, you said no. I suggested Monday, you said no. I'm sitting here like ready, and I've been ready since, well, yeah. So he said, yeah, a couple of days, Saturday. I don't know, maybe a couple of days in other parts of the world means like 4 years, but yeah. So Saturday is the new move-in date, which is why you guys are getting this vlog instead of a move-in vlog, but it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Like I said, I've just been slathering myself in positivity and patience. Positivity and patience all over me like shea butter. Like, it's fine. I just feel like it's just been a roller coaster of disappointments, but I have been maturing because of it. So he said Saturday, and I said, I don't know why a couple of days is like, considering I could have moved in on Friday, and now you're saying the following, that's a week and a day base. That's not a couple of days anymore. I don't know if it's because I'd already mentioned that I'm currently staying with my boyfriend and I just want my own space, because I'm thinking to myself, if somebody else had told their previous landlord they were moving out, what would you have said? Like, they had a move out date, what would you have said? That person has nowhere to go, they have bags packed and nowhere to go because your payment system, and it's not like the apartment is empty right now. It has been empty since the first week of Jan. It's the last week of Jan right now. Yeah, I'm good. We're good. Everything's good. But that's the tea. In all honesty, I'm just taking everything in my stride. I've said to myself, I'm just happy that I have like a whole week before and I can do like my self-care maintenance things, and I can just kind of step into the new apartment, you know, with my shit together. I've also learned and decided that from henceforth, I am no longer going to deprioritize or push down the list of things to do, anything to do with self-care and self-maintenance. If I have an appointment and I go for an appointment and I'm supposed to come back in 4 weeks, I'm gonna book it that day for 4 weeks later, because I keep finding myself in this position where from my appointments I feel great, blah blah blah, and then I come back home and you know, I'm on top of the world, and then weeks go past and I just ignore the appointments I'm meant to go to, or I don't book in again or whatever, because I'm like, money or this or that, and I end up just feeling so crap that by the time I able to pick myself up and book for another appointments, I still have another 2-3 weeks to wait before I can get the service done. In that space of time, I lose a lot of, I don't know, self-confidence. I lose a lot of, just that glow, that positivity, that drive and determination and productivity that I usually feel when I have my wits about me. Self-maintenance is a non-negotiable, is essentially what I'm saying. That is my law, that is my rule. That is what I will take with me from now into the future and pass it down to my kids. Period. It is Wednesday, my dudes, which means it's time to go to our hair appointment. So let's go. So I'm back home and this is how my hair is looking. This is the final result. I really like it and I'm really happy. I went in for my appointment today. My hair is back to being soft, you know. It moves again and I'm really happy with it. What do you guys think? I think the only thing I might have wished I asked for was for Nathaniel to maybe have given me a bit of volume right here, but I don't really know if that's something you can even do seeing as he's already put so much in my hair. But I'm really happy. I love that I can run my hands through my hair again. So yeah, that's it really. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I'm really sorry it's a bit chop and change and a bit all over the place. So it's not even really a full vlog, but I'm, yeah. I just hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really excited for a new month. Tomorrow is the 1st of February. I'm excited to just kind of reset, realign myself, reset my goals for February, and see what the new month brings. But yeah, if you like this video, I hope that you comment down below, let me know what you think of my hair, and obviously like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next one.